Hi. Um, I was thinking about something. I had an epiphany. I had an epiphany. I was talking to my mother because she was having a hard time, you know, coming to terms with me not having eyebrows. And we were talking, and I kind of got to understand her her ideal reality for me. Um, And that doesn't involve, me having no eyebrows. It involves me, um, finishing school and getting a graphic design job and making a lot of money and just it's like a non-realistic reality. It's something that's completely not who I am, you know? Um, and I realized, I'm not sure if this is, universal for, Black people or if, this is universal for, everyone in America or, people around the world or anything, but I realized that, I've been taught to run away from things rather than running towards or, striving towards something. Do you know what I mean? She mentioned that she doesn't want me to, be homeless or, not be able to get a job and end up on Skid Row, and I'm I'm thinking about it, I'm like, "Why would you even" I told her, I was like, "Why would you even, put that in my mind?" Why would you even say that if you don't want me to, you know that's happened to me. Um, and like I said, when you're running away from something, you're surrounded by anxiety, you're surrounded by fear, you're surrounded by self-hatred, you're surrounded by whatever, you're running away from something versus, running towards something feels totally different, and I haven't felt that, and I think that's the entire reason why, art hasn't worked or just none of my, plans have ever worked out because I've been running away from something that doesn't even exist. Yeah. Um, and also I was thinking about it, and a lot of, the artists that I see that I whose work I enjoy, they always have, some kind of, culture that they can pull from or, they draw inspiration from, and I think about my life and, my family and my background, and I feel like I don't have a culture. I don't know. If you have when you have culture, are you, even aware of it? Because shouldn't culture be, just a part of your another part of your reality? I don't know. I just don't know how to express my reality in a way that people can look at it and say, "Wow, this is, a profound piece of art," you know? I don't know what shapes I have to make, I don't know what to paint or draw or whatever. I just feel like I truly feel like I'm an artist and, my life is the art, my life is the creation. But, how am I gonna make money from that? How am I gonna sell that or put it on, a gallery wall or anything? What's the appeal, you know? Um, it's frustrating, to be honest. It's frustrating seeing people's art be, well received because, other people get it. Other people can look at it and be like, "Oh, this feels like something that's familiar to me and specific to me, and I love it." But I feel like with me, I just don't know. I just don't know. I always get, mixed reactions. I feel like people look at my art and they're just like, "Okay, well, what else is there?" But they don't say it. I can just tell I can just tell from, their reaction to it. It's like, "Okay, but, what does this mean?" You know, like, what how does this relate to my physical life? Like, how is this tangible to me in any kind of way? And it's just not. That's the struggle with being, like, a Black artist. Um, I have my Omnichord too, so I'm gonna play that. Like, I just feel like a lot of Black art that's popular or that gets any kind of platform or, like, exposure, it always has, like, a certain message behind it, like, a certain connotation, a certain kind of relevance to, like, what's going on. But with me, I feel like I'm running away from that, like, I'm running away from ever making anything about, like, the Black experience or, like, the non-binary experience or, like, the gender whatever experience, you know? And I is that to my detriment? Like, am I preventing myself from advancing by trying to avoid these parts of my identity? I don't know. Like, the last big painting I made, it was so shitty. It was so shitty. It was literally, it was it's so embarrassing. It was me, and I painted myself in a Sailor Mercury uniform, and that was supposed to be, like, me saying, "Oh, this is" I don't like, what the fuck? Like, why did I don't even know why I did that. That was my first year of art school, that was, like, 4 years ago. I would never do pull some shit like that ever again, but, um, was it valid? Like, that's what I felt was, like, a profound statement at the time, because that's when I just started, like, presenting as, like, more feminine, and I felt very, like I mean, that it meant something to me at the time. It was profound to me at the time, I think that's okay. That's okay. It could be profound to somebody looking at it now, you know, it all just depends on, like, where we are in our journey, but now I want to make something that is from a higher perspective, something that's more universal, but at the same time, like, you have to think about it to really understand it. Um, and I think I'm doing that. I'm doing that, but I just get in my head a lot. Yeah, definitely. Let me talk about my day. So I woke up, I finished a job application. I finished 2 applications actually, but one of 'em I threw away because I was, like, reading through it and it just wasn't like, the values it's just I'm just I don't wanna work for a place that, like, wants me to be something that I'm not, you know? It was for this, like, candle store, and they were, like, asking, like, "Oh, what kind of person are you in, like, a group project?" Like, "Bitch, I'm me." "What do you mean, what kind of person am I?" "I'm me." "What do you want me to be?" "You want me to be the leader? You want me to be the quiet person? You want me to be the writer, the speaker? What do you want me to be?" You know? So I didn't finish I threw that one away, and then I applied for a bookstore, um, and I went to, like, this I went to this street that had a lot of, like, boutiques on it. And I went to the boutiques because they were just really interesting, like, they had a bunch of stuff, like, they were, like, these, like, secondhand, like, vintage, like, antique stores, so I went to those and I was like, "Hey, this is a really cool place, do you have, like, job openings?" But most of them were, like, owned like, they were just run by the owner, they didn't, like, need any help or anything, but I got some really good conversations out of these, like, women who own these shops, and it just felt good to go somewhere and just, like it just felt natural. It just felt really organic, and it was nice. It was nice. I feel I definitely, like, give off, like, older white woman, vegan, like, flower child vibes, so, like, that's the kind of people that they were, and it just makes me happy. It makes me happy, like, just to meet those kind of other people who are like me, um, with the same, I don't know, soul color as me. I don't know how to even describe that, but it just felt right. It felt great. I got some Mother's Day presents for my mom. I bought a like, this big pyrite crystal. It was only $12. I couldn't even believe it. It's beautiful. And I got this gingerbread vanilla candle. It smells really good. I think she'll love it. And, like, I have, like, a tiny pyrite crystal, and my mom, like, said that I should give it to her, and I said, "No, this is for me and my chakras." So I got her a bigger one. I got her a nicer, prettier one. So, yeah. Um, I also applied to this thrift store the other day, and, like, for some reason, I wanted to be totally negative about myself. Um, I gave the guy my resume. He was pretty cool. He was an Asian man with, like, a black accent, but he was very sweet. His name is Mario. I love him, and he looked at me, and I know that he loves me as well. So I gave my resume, and I said, "I don't have any retail experience. Don't you feel sorry for me?" And he didn't laugh at that, and I instantly was like, "Oh my god, you ruined it. Like, you're not getting hired." But he just seemed like he was in, like, a different world. I don't even think he heard what I said. Um, but I think he likes me. Like, he likes my style, obviously, because he was like, I could tell he likes me. So I hope I get that job, and I hope I get every other job. I don't hope. I know that I'm gonna get a job that I like. But I'm moving my I'm so conflicted because it feels like I'm, like, actually starting to build a sort of, like, life for myself here, but I'm supposed to be, like, leaving in, like, 3 months. So it's like, I don't know what's going on, but all I know is that if I wanna make this move, I have to make money, and if I wanna make money, I have to sell art and get a job and meet people. I can have both. I can have a community here and live somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know what I'm building. Like, what am I doing? I don't It feels good though. I feel great. I feel whole and fresh, and I got my amethyst here, and I wanna have sex. I wanna get high. It wasn't like a date. I met someone from Tinder, and we just went to the museum, and the museum sucked. It was so quiet and, like, it felt really restrictive, so we just left. But I saw some great pieces. There was, like, this big, like, cedar wood sculpture that looked like a giant onion, but, like, when you walked around it, it looked like something different from, like, every perspective, which I thought was really cool. Um, and I also finally, like, came out to somebody as a Pisces, which was difficult for me because I feel like to admit that I'm a Pisces, I would have to admit that I'm, like, a hot mess, and I am, and that's okay. I can explain that. So, like, in, like, my tropical zodiac, I'm, like, a triple Aries, but in, like, my Vedic zodiac and, sidereal, I'm a Pisces. So I think 3 Aries just, like, equals a Pisces. Like, if you're good at math, you know that. Like, 3 Aries is a Pisces. I also don't think it matters. Like, astrology doesn't even matter. It doesn't. Plus, if I'm a Pisces, that means I'm the last sign, but the last sign is also the first sign, so it doesn't even matter in that aspect as well. What can I even say? I'm gonna say this last point and then I'm just gonna go. Um, it's so strange that I'm like relearning how to make friends, you know? Because for like the past like 5 or 6 years, I think since like high school started, I have mostly made friends, or I've used most of my energy in relationships to like create bonds with people like online. And like like if anyone knows, like once you become friends with someone online, like you can just be talking to them like every single day, and then you'll just become close like really fast. But in person, it's just like you have to like get through so many like social barriers first before you can even like call someone your friend, you know? And I'm learning to be patient. I'm learning to be patient with myself and with others. Um, and I feel good. I feel good right now. Um, I just had a good day. They were okay. I went to two gas stations and they were like out of gas. How does that even work? I don't even know what's going on. Oh my gosh. Okay. My last point. I feel like I've like been meeting so many like other earth angels. Like it's crazy and it just feels so good. Just my conversations have been so elevated lately. Like they've been very much positive, but also like I always come away from it like feeling like I've just learned something. Like I feel like I've elevated myself in some way through conversation. Like okay, um on the date, I was going back to my car and this man was like standing near and he was like, please tell me you have a light. And I was like, yeah, I do. And I gave him my lighter and we just talked and he was like, he was telling me how he like was supposed to take the bus to go one way, but he said, if I go left, then I'll have to do all this and that and I'll be able to hang out and explore and things like that. And then if I go right, I'll just go straight home. And I was like in my mind, I'm like, okay, this person's literally like channeling something to me. Like this is literally a message. But I was like, yeah, this love sounds more fun. And then he started laughing. That was a positive interaction. You had to be there to get it, I guess. But also this woman, like, I walked in to get gas, and then she was like, she said she liked my earrings. I was wearing like the ones that I had made out of old necklace parts. And she said she liked my earrings, and that she said I also look really classy, and she said that I should be bougie. And I was like, yeah, you know what, you're right. I should be bougie, but I'm not. Um, yeah, I just love people. I really do. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm gonna go watch something. Please. I want to talk so much. I'm gonna talk some more. I don't even care. Um, I watched Jackie Brown the other day, and it was good. It was really good. I think mostly because Pam Grier was in it, and she's Pam Grier. Um, and it was fun to see like my like strong black protagonist, like strong black protagonist plus like white simpleton couple play out on screen because that's literally it just that's where I naturally fall in relationships. I feel is that I don't even know if that sounded right, but just know that that relationship is that dynamic has followed me through like whatever through my escapades, um especially my most recent one. So it was just good. That movie was just great. I really enjoy Quentin Tarantino's movies, and I feel like people wanna hate on his movies so bad because 'cause they're I don't even know why. I love his movies, and I feel like there's something when you watch his movies, like, obviously, they're, like, racist, but there's some kind of deeper purpose behind that. I really think there is. I really think that he's not just doing it just to be, like, edgy, he's doing it to, like it's not his place to critique. It's not his place, but he does it anyways. Just like the, um the social behaviors of Black people living in America. It's not his place, but, it was a good movie. I love Jackie Brown. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night. I love you all. Bye.